This is about defending democracy. This is no longer Democrats versus Republicans. What do you want your kids to believe in? There must be give and take.
This is White Flag with Joe Walsh.
We again have a crisis at our border. We've had a crisis at the border now for months. We've had a crisis at the border for years. Hell, we've had a crisis at our southern border for decades, for generations. But it is a crisis. And look, start here because this is where most Americans are. Plain and simple. If you're a sovereign nation, you have borders. And if you're a sovereign nation, you defend and protect those borders. I know there are people on the left who won't agree with that, and there are, libertarians on the right who won't agree with that, who don't think we should have borders. But 85-90% of the American people agree with what I just said. If we're going to be a sovereign nation, we have borders. And if we are going to have borders, we got to defend and protect those borders. And this country has done a lousy, shitty job for years protecting and defending those borders through Republican and Democratic administrations, through Biden and through Trump and through Obama and through through Bush, go on and on. This is a classic bipartisan problem. Republicans and Democrats are to blame for what's going on at the border right now. 2,000 migrants a day are crossing the border and just coming into El Paso. 2,000 a day are entering the city of El Paso. El Paso's mayor, he's a Democrat. You know what he did? At the end of last week, he chartered 5 buses of these migrants and dropped them off in Denver, Chicago, and New York City. The Democratic mayor of El Paso did that. Not DeSantis, not Texas Republican Governor Greg Abbott. No, that was a Democrat. The Democratic mayor of El Paso said, we are at the breaking point. 2,000 people are crossing the border and coming into El Paso every single day. We're trying to care for them. We're trying to house them. We're trying to feed them. We are at a breaking point. And this Democratic mayor put a bunch on buses, chartered 5 buses, and sent them to Chicago and New York City. Not some Republican did that. That was a Democrat. The system's broken. Our immigration system has been broken for a long, long time. Simple to fix, but really difficult for Republicans and Democrats to come together politically and fix it. Secure the border, defend the border. Nobody should come into this country illegally, period. That's it. Start there. Nobody should crawl across the border and enter our country illegally. Period. Start there. Anybody coming to this country to claim asylum, by the way, all my friends on the right, if you come to America to claim asylum, you are not entering this country illegally. That's a legal process. To claim asylum is a legal process. Our asylum seeking process is really fucked up and messed up. You know what we do now? You come here and you claim asylum, you get a note to appear in court weeks, months, sometimes years down the road, and most don't. They're released into the country. That's a broken system. It takes too damn long to deal with all of these people claiming asylum. That process needs to be fixed, and that takes money, that takes resources, that takes manpower. And then make it a hell of a lot easier to come here legally. It takes too damn long, and it costs too damn much money for people around the world who want to be Americans, who want to come here, who want our freedom. They want to live under our Constitution. It takes too damn long for these people to come here legally. We should make it easier. It should take a much, much shorter amount of time. And then finally, and this is an area where I've come around, all those children who were brought here illegally with their parents, all the DACA kids, most of whom are now grown up, they need permanent citizenship. I mean, that's it. That's the solution right there. Secure the border, fix the asylum seeking process right now. Nobody in this country illegally. Make it a lot easier to come here legally, and give permanent citizenship to all these people who were brought here as children. But we don't do that. Republicans and Democrats won't come together to do that. And I do blame both sides. Look, I'm a border hawk, but Republicans demagogue this issue. Turn on Fox News every single day. All they're talking about is the border, the border, the border, illegals, brown and black people streaming across the border. Republicans, the right, demagogue this issue. But you know what, Democrats? You know what, those of you on the left? You ignore this issue. Democrats are afraid to talk about this issue. Democrats too often don't want to get tough and defend the border. 2,000 people seeking asylum coming into El Paso alone every single day. That is a crisis. Joe Biden is ignoring this crisis. Democrats ignore this crisis. Yes, Republicans demagogue it, but Democrats ignore it. Our immigration system's broken. We have a crisis at our border. And we don't have politicians who have the will to fix it on both sides. I'm Joe Walsh. This is White Flag with Joe Walsh. Thank you for listening. Have a great week. Be brave.
Thank you for listening. Remember to listen, share, and follow White Flag with Joe Walsh on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and everywhere great podcasts are found. And be sure to leave a 5-star review. This has been White Flag with Joe Walsh.